Congress must take action to address the surge in violence and terrorism and pass the Domestic Terrorism Prevention Act, which would enhance the federal government's ability to measure and fight domestic terrorism. ADL data shows that in 2019, right-wing extremists were responsible for 90% of domestic extremist-related murders. And if you look at the murders over a 10-year period, right-wing extremists committed 76% of extremist-related murders, and white supremacists were responsible for an overwhelming majority of them. On August 3rd, 2019, the community in El Paso, Texas, suffered unspeakable tragedy when 23 people were murdered by a white supremacist gunman. This shooting was the deadliest hate crime in U.S. history. Just prior to his shooting rampage, the perpetrator posted a manifesto online to justify his horrific xenophobic attack and expressed praise for the Australian Christchurch mosque shooter, another white supremacist who murdered 51 people in New Zealand just 5 months prior. The El Paso killing spree was the latest in a series of attacks by right-wing extremists in the United States, intended to cause mass casualties in the name of hate. Several months earlier, April 2019, a white supremacist opened fire in a synagogue in Poway. In October 2018, white supremacist Robert Bowers murdered 11 people and wounded 7 more at the Pittsburgh synagogue.
For years, I've urged the Trump administration to respond to the ongoing threat of violent white supremacists and other far right-wing extremists. Instead, they have repeatedly downplayed this very lethal and real threat. It's not enough to just stand here and condemn the president's remarks at the infamous debate. The American people sent us to Congress to act. There is something we can do now. There is something that we can do that will show we are prepared to respond to this threat to law and order, to this threat of violent white supremacists.